I remember being spat at. I remember the dogs being brought so close to me that I could almost feel the saliva dropping off the dog's mouth. Took a knife and ripped off my clothes. I could feel the cold blade gliding across my skin. And then being taken up naked, forcibly shaved. I was held for a total of 3 years. 3 years without charge, without trial, without any explanation. And I was released without charge, without trial, and without any explanation. Most memorable times, which included going to a Jewish primary school, a Christian secondary school, and studying the Quran in the evenings. So getting the best of many different worlds, being somebody of Asian, Pakistani, Muslim origin. We moved and lived in the city of Kabul only for a few months, up until September 11th happened. I was, I think, playing a game on my computer in the middle of the night and just about to go to bed. The kids and the wife had already gone to sleep. And as I was about to turn in for the night, there was a knock on the door, so I found that very strange. And they stormed in, pushed their way in, and one of the guns raised towards my head. I was hooded. And just before they carried me away, I tried to say, "Please leave my family alone." Prisoner 421, and I remember his number because his back used to be towards me when his hands were tied up. He had slumped, his body had slumped. They had clearly put him there to break him, started punching him and then unshackled him, punching him to see if he was putting it on, and then they dragged him away and beat him some more, and eventually he was killed. It was important for my own mind, for my own sanity, to try to instill some sort of a program so that I could keep focused. I memorized some of the largest chapters of the Quran, and some of it had great meaning for me, understanding those words and contemplating them in a way that I hadn't before because of time. So I found that a very, very important and a very spiritually uplifting thing. And including in the stories of the prophets in the Quran, the story of Joseph, who is imprisoned for a crime that he doesn't commit. Sometimes life has to put you through a test in order for you to come out of it and become the person that you will be. And that helped me to resign myself to that fate. No matter what they do to me, they really can't take away what's in my heart. I'd come back home almost instantly after getting off the plane from Guantanamo, and found that the fire wasn't working, the gas fire wasn't working, and I began to try to fix it and asked if my toolbox was still here. And so I started I began to readjust to normal life. My experience of America prior to this was everything that I'd seen in the films. The concept of the good guys, the concept of people trying to do the right thing. And that was shattered. After my experience of Guantanamo, I felt that there's a word that really encapsulates what I think of American justice: oxymoron. What's really important, I think, for the United States of America, that if it wishes to reach a solution and end the type of arbitrary nature of detention and warmongering that we saw under the Bush era, if people really want to see an end to that, then there needs to be a recognition that detention without trial is a fundamental principle that every developed civilized nation should be against.